guys, and welcome back to another video. So as you can see, I'm in my nice warm and cozy space in my home, and today's video, it's a girl talk video. Yes, we are having a girl talk, and if you guys like videos like this, definitely let me know and your girl will keep them coming. Yeah, so it's going to be a video about what I learned in my 20s. For those that didn't know, I am not in my 20s anymore. I've been out of my 20s for a little bit now. So, but thank you to my mommy's good genes and my father's good genes on both end of the spectrum. Yes, thank you to that. But anyways, so I got a few notes here on my phone. I'm going to go through about what I learned in my 20s. So I would say the first one, let's get started. School. I wished I would have finished all my schooling way ahead of time. But you know, we get caught up in the life of, you know, the partying, doing other stuff. In my case, I was a young teen mom, so that kind of pushed me back a little bit. And then certain things happen in my life that kind of stopped me from finishing what I was supposed to finish. But also it was myself to blame because I started school, pretty much finished, went back halfway through, and then I was like, started making money, and then I was like, oh, I could put it off for a year. Then the money started roping in because the hours started coming in, and I was like, oh shit, money's coming in, let me get this bag. And that's what I was about. I was always been about my bag and making money and making sure that I was okay, my kids are okay, but my family's okay as well. So that was one thing I wish I would have just done with school completely, so your girl did not have to go back into school. But I guess I don't know what it is. It comes like when it comes to me in school, it must be a love-hate relationship because this is my fourth time going back. And it's not going back because I have literally not finished all whatever I've been doing. I've done it. I've finished. I've got my certificates. I got my diplomas and whatever else. But I've gone back for different stuff. I have always believed that education is important, but to each is their own. School's not for everybody. So do as you please. So that was something that I wished I would have done in my 20s, like just got my schooling out of the way and set myself a certain way that I wanted to set myself. But that is okay. The other thing that I would say that I have learned in my 20s is about friendship and relationship. Boy, let me tell you. And then in my 30s, I'm still learning. It's still learning. And just know that everybody that are your friends, as they say, your friends aren't really your friends. And everybody that say that they're there for you, they're not really there for you. So that is something that I definitely had to learn as well, right? And it's not everybody that you can count on or where you hope that is your friend you would be able to count on, even being in a relationship with somebody. Because I have been through some tough relationships, and the person that I was with, I thought I could count on them, and I could not count on them for nothing. More than anything, they were more like a help down in my life. But you live and you learn and you get past it, and I always say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So that was something that I definitely had to learn and get past, and hey, I'm doing good now, so I can't complain. Life, and if you're not learning your lessons in life, you're going to continue making the same mistakes. So learn from your mistakes and try not to make the same ones at least twice. So some of the red flags in relationship, not every guy that comes into your life is going to mean you well. Like I said, I have been through some rocky. I went through one horrible relationship, and that one was my life changer. And thank God I came to my senses when I did, and it was in my early 20s, about 23, and I realized that this is not the life for me, and this is not the life that I want for my kids. And I will never ever in my life let any man come into my life and put me through what I have been through. right? So I would rather walk away. As much as I love you, I certain things I am not putting up with. So ladies, when you've been through it, and this is why certain gentlemen as well, you gotta understand, as women, sometimes we go through some stuff, and this is why certain women won't budge on their standards. And when we do, and certain things don't happen the way that happens, things end up getting, you know, a little bit rocky. But you live and you learn. So as long as you are learning, that's the most important thing, and you are changing. So one thing I could also talk about is finance. I wish I would have definitely saved more. That is something that I wish I would have definitely done. And yeah, because I guess I could say I'm a giver. Yeah, I'm a giver, but I do save. But I wish I would have saved more for the future. So that is something that I can say. But I'm pretty good with learning how to manage my money and stuff like that when I need to be. Yes, when I need to be. But I do wish that I would have saved more, because I guess, well, growing up, you weren't really taught about, in my household, or like when I was growing up, I wasn't really taught about finance, and majority of us was not, and some of us are still figuring it out, and you will still continue to figure it out as you get older. So just take it one day at a time, and just learn from your mistakes, as I can say, right? I'm still learning from my mistakes, a couple of bad spending habits here and there, but you know, I've always made sure that my first priority are my kids. Those are always my priority, then myself, because I always make sure my kids first, and then everything can come afterwards. So I wish I had also learned not to be all up in the hype. I guess I mean up in the hype as in, you know, back in the days, your girl used to have her nail done every 2 weeks, or at least every week. Your girl was going to the salon, getting her hair done, getting her nails changed, and all that stuff. So, but as you get older, you realize those things ain't relevant. It's nice once in a while to go out and get your nails done, and hey, sometimes that same nail that you end up having popping off anyways, breaking it, and then that ish hurts like a mother. So sometimes it wasn't even worth it. But when I look at it, the other thing is I wish that I would have invested more. Yeah, so that's something that I definitely wish I would have done as well in an early stage, invested more. Uh, yeah, so invested more into stocks, bonds, and all that stuff like that. And yeah, put a little, and invest in properties. So definitely that is something that I wish I would have done at an early age. But you know, you live and you learn, and I'm doing it now, so it's better than what I could say I was doing in my 20s. So, and the other thing I would say is being more spiritual, getting more closer to God. That's something that as young people, and certain people that are still in their 30s and in their 40s, there's a lot of people that don't believe in God, and that's okay. There's people watch my channel that don't believe in the man above, or the spirit, the being, whatever it is above. You know, some people don't believe that there's a God, and to each is their own. That is all right. So whatever you believe in, whether you believe in Buddhism, you know, whatever other religion out there that you believe in, that is, if that's your belief, sorry, that's your belief. Nobody can take that from you. So, but I wish I would have been on my spiritual journey a lot earlier. I was, when I was much younger, I find that I was on a form of spiritual journey, but then, you know, the devil ended up wearing his ugly head, and I got sidetracked and started living in the world, and not even thinking about picking up my Bible, reading my scripture, doing no devotion, you know, just spending quality time with God like I do now as an older adult. And I have surely seen so many changes in my life from I started, you know, receiving God more in my life and accepting him, and just being able to be thankful just to even say that, like, I do believe in Christ and stuff like that. So that is a whole nother story. So that is something that I wish I would have ended up doing a little bit more of. Trusting in God, my spirit, and never doubting my feelings. Like when my spirit tells me something is wrong, and keenly, usually, like my spirit, when I'm around certain people too and my spirit don't take them, I should also learn to take heed, because most of the time I am never wrong. When I just don't get the vibe from somebody, I should have listened, and that is something. And 9 times out of 10, listening to my gut feeling, it will never steer you wrong. So that was something that I definitely have to do. And I would say travel more, I guess. I did a lot of traveling, quite to be honest. From I literally hit the age of 23, I could say I did a lot of traveling, but I would have liked to travel more to like different places. So but there's still time. I ain't that old, so there is still time for that. But I do wish I would have been able to travel more, and not just travel more with like my kids and my husband, but like travel more with my siblings, my nephew, my nieces. At the time when my mom was around and could have traveled, and my dad, that is what I would have wished that I could have achieved. Been able to travel more as a family, like do things as a bigger family on a different level. So still have time to do stuff, you know, even though some of family members are gone, but the ones them that are still around, and you know, that you love and appreciate and want to be around, like this is the time to kind of do that traveling. So, and the other that I would say is knowing your worth. As women and young ladies, we tend to forget our worth sometimes, and we let certain things blindside us, like certain men that come into our life, certain distraction that come into our life, and we don't know our worth. That was something that we tend to ignore, because we are doubtful of ourselves and not knowing our worth, or speaking up or walking away. So that was also something. Never settling for less than what you think you are worth. And I always say people will treat you the way you allow them to treat you. So if you know that you have a guy in your life and he is constantly, whether he's hiding and texting, and he's going through your phone, he's keeping tabs on you, if you sit there and allow it to happen constantly, it will continue happening until it will get worse. It will be something else. Just like you have people that are in your life that are controlling you, whether it's a controlling spouse, a controlling friend, a controlling sibling, or a controlling parent. It could be anything, right? People will treat you the way you allow them to treat you. So if you stop that, go slam the brakes on that bad boy from the beginning, it cannot happen, right? Unless you allow it to happen. So a lot of times in life, we get treated a certain way because we allow it to happen to us, right? You can't say, oh, this person treated me bad or that person treated me bad. Sometimes we see it coming and we continuously allow it. I have been the victim of it, so I can speak from experience. But it's a life lesson, and I learn from it, and I know what I will tolerate from what I won't tolerate, whether it be a friend or a family member. And I am very outspoken, so I will definitely let you know if I'm going to tolerate something or I choose not to tolerate it. You will see me start distancing myself. So that is also something that I wish I had also learned in my 20s as well, you know, because like they say, I find like your 20s is your like golden age. Things that you didn't learn when you were like, you know, 18, 19, and you're just in your 20s, you learn now. So you take that and roll it over into your 30s. And then your 30s is like your platinum age, right? So whether it comes what platinum comes after gold or whatever comes after it, then that will be the eras in your 30. The other thing that I've learned is not to share all your dreams and ideas with everyone, because not everyone means you well, and it comes to friends and family and your boyfriend, and sometimes it could be your own husband. So that is another thing. And I think sometimes with me, I find that maybe I overshare things too much. And when people see me talk about certain things in my life that I want to do, and then they actually see me executing it and I'm actually doing it and living it, you have people that get a little bit salty when it comes to certain things. So I think maybe, and this is why a lot of people don't overshare certain things, or people don't share certain dreams and aspiration. But you want to share certain dreams and aspiration with people that you hope that are genuine and they love you and want the best for you and would root you on. So that's the whole reason why you would hope that whether it be your spouse, your mother, your father, or your siblings, you could share that dream and aspiration and possibly even bring them in on that dreams and aspiration. It sucks when you actually share something with somebody and then you see either the person go behind your back and try to one up you and either try to get that business ahead of you or get that job ahead of you, or maybe get that person that you are looking at sideways ahead of you because they're secretly running competition with you. So that is another thing which I wish I would have learned. And I'm in my 30s now. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I've shared dreams and aspiration with people, and I still realize that not everybody I share things with means me well. They'll be like, oh yeah, oh that's nice, that's good. Oh, you opened up a store? Oh, that's nice. I hope your business fail. Secretly behind your back, they are, just plotting and hoping that things don't work out. You have people that are like that, and it's sad. They just hoping for you to literally fall on your face, and you think that these people mean you well, and they don't mean you well. And that's why I said you have to be careful of the people that are in your life, because some of these people, they switch like a blink of an eye. They're 1 minute they're one way, and the next minute they're completely different, or they're one way to your face and then behind your back they're completely different. So it's just sad, but that was something that I also wished I learned in my 20s. But like I said, it's a learning process, and there's still a lot left to learn in this world. There's still a lot less left. One thing I always said that I wanted more things to do in my 20s is just time. So time would have been the other thing that I said that I would have loved to have enough time, because we spend so much time doing things for other people, we don't spend enough time doing things that make us happy. So not having enough time, and as much as I'm in my 30s now, I feel like I'm running out of time when it comes to certain things. So this is why I am kind of enjoying the moment right now, just being home with my families, being able to watch my kids them grow up, spending quality time with my husband, time that I can't get back. And that is something that none of us can get back, and none of us know our hour or our time, how long we have on this earth. So time has been something very important to me, just spending time doing things I love and things I'm passionate about. So that is something. The other thing I put here on my list, life don't end in your 20s. When you turn 30, you are just fully coming into the person you want to be. So a lot of people think that they're coming into the person that they are when you're about maybe like 25, let's say 25, 27. Some people are just literally coming into their self, and some people, they are not that quick at doing that. Some people are more in their 30s, late 30s into their 40s is when they realize that, like, oh shit, I'm running out of time, I need to get my life together. But that's why I said time is of the essence, and that is one thing that we run out of. So don't wait until you're in your late 30s to do things that you want to do. If you wanted to take that trip that you have never been on and been wanting to take that trip or that vacation, save towards it and go on that trip. You know, don't wait and say, you know, I'll put it off for next year. Something else comes up, I'll put it off for another year. And that is something that we do too often. We put things off too often. And that is something that I can see I'm at fault for, because certain things I put off at a later date, and certain things that I even wanted to do with my own mom. For those that don't know, my mom passed away recently. Within like a couple of months ago, she passed away, and there's so much things that I wanted to do with my mom, like my girls, my siblings, you know, as a family I wanted to do. And you know, look, time caught up, like time just literally caught up, and she was just gone in an instant. So that is one thing that I want to try now within the new year, to not have no regret and not sit and wait when it comes to certain things. I want to go out there and do things. And that's the same thing that I sit and I talk to my kids about, because time, nobody knows. We don't know how much time we have left on this earth. So if there's something that you really want to do, go out there and definitely do it. If you wanted to build that table, you know, you wanted to go spend some time with that special somebody, go and definitely do it. So the other thing I would say, I wish I would have started my business earlier. That the business that I started, I just started it last year. It was something that I have been dreaming of doing for so long, so many years. And to be honest, don't ask me why I took so long to do it, but like they said, better late than never, right? So, and yeah, so at least I started it, and I could say better late than never. But I wish I would have started it in the beginning, like a long time, years ago, when I talked about it. And this was like even well before 2014, when I met my husband. Long time I've been talking about starting my own business, which I've had a couple of businesses that I've started before that and stuff like that. So this is not my first rodeo, but it is my first rodeo as the type of business that I am ventured in now. So, and then the other thing I could say as that I wanted to touch on again, as in friendships. Friendship people, just, I wish I would have had them in categories, which is I would have my party friend, I would have my business friend, I would have my friends that I could share anything with, and I would have friends that are just acquaintances, and I will just have friends that I know that, you know, they're people that I can count on. If I am ever in a crisis, they are there. So I wish I would have also categorized the people that I had in my life and put them in different spaces, right? Or whatever you want to call it. So that is something that I wish I would have done. And I wish I would have been more open to more opportunities. I wish I would have freed up myself a little bit more to say, okay, you know, let me try this, and you know, do things a little bit differently. So that's something that I wish I would have also learned in my 20s as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and that was the last bit of it. So what you think of it, and what are some of the things if you were in your 20s or older, what are some of the things that you wish you had learned in your 20s or in your 30s that you are now implementing in your life, and things that you are still not learning and you still can't understand why it is the way things are in your life. So I would definitely like to hear from you guys, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. For more videos like this, definitely let me know. And for more sit down videos, guys, definitely let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I will catch you guys all in the next one. So yeah, and I will catch you guys all in the next one. Bye guys.
Tell you over talk and over dress and over sleep with no one to elevate them, feel them alone for do it big.